think that the graduate program at the University of Utah is unique because it is an ecosystem of graduate students, faculty, and undergraduate students, all circling around areas of interest. The four main areas of interest that graduate students engage in are creative practice, physical practice, theoretical practice, and pedagogical practice.
What attracts me to this department is the intimacy in terms of the connections with my classmates, also the instructors, and I feel like I have an opportunity to have a really intimate relationship in terms of mentorship.
I would highly recommend the graduate program here at the department because it offers the opportunity to gain experience, to gain a ton of training in terms of pedagogy, in terms of theory, in terms of technique, practice, and performance. So over my time here, I've been able to gain so much experience in terms of becoming a teacher, so much experience in terms of becoming a performer and an artist. And also just having the opportunity to explore the aspects of my own research that are interesting to me with guidance from my faculty mentors.
I've always found that this curriculum is transformative, and I see this at every graduate student's orals, in which they become the experts of their own areas of interest, their own research areas, and by proxy, they've come to know themselves a lot better. So I feel that this curriculum values reflection, deep reflection. It's a curriculum in which candidates get to ask big questions, and I think that it appeals to graduate students who are at a crossroads in their professional careers.
My name is Qingyu Chang. I am from Taiwan originally, and prior to coming to University of Utah, I was in New York for 5 years, working with Giselle Mason for 2 years, Sleep No More for 2 years, and then my last year in New York was working with Susan Marshall and company. And she was really inspiring in a way that's something that's more intellectual that I was craving for. And that at that time I was working with many different artists to a point that I felt like I need something. I was craving for a more intellectual demand.
I'm also really attracted to the way that the department views creative process. And I feel that I'm really able to explore that not only in my own choreographic work, but in the teaching opportunities I've had. And then also I feel in just my research having to do with creative process. So it's a really huge strength that a lot of departments do not focus on.
I'm Florian Alberge. I come from France. And I was a director assistant for theater companies for 3 years before I came here. And I think the reason why I actually decided to come to the University of Utah is that after 3 years, I found that actors weren't really using their body as much. I was drawn more to action theater, more than regular theater. And a lot of the project I did, we actually had dancers in them, and I felt more drawn to the dance world, and I wanted to know more about it.
Along with the professional proscenium context that is offered here at the University of Utah, there are several off-campus sites, professional sites, in which work can be produced. And that could be for a choreographer who's interested in proscenium work or the intimacy of black box work, or site-specific work.
I think the University of Utah is a hub of performance and interactive media in terms of the screen dance classes taught by Alan Bromberg, or interactive digital technology classes and intro to dance technology classes that I teach here currently. I think this dance program is really on the cutting edge of digital media in terms of how it combines with the dancing body, which is a really growing presence in the dance field right now.
What I'm interested in my research is this interactive work where either it's with the camera or with the human being.
What I really found extraordinary is, well, for me coming from another country, is discovering also the culture, being part of this world, dance world that I wasn't really part of before, and meeting all of those people that are so inspiring to me.
There's a synergy here between faculty and students, in the sense that this is not a curriculum in which the faculty simply teach to the students. We don't lecture, we have seminars, because the faculty are professional artists, still very much engaged in their own practices. So we approach things with a beginner's mind, a learner's mind. We are all in this ecology of education and art and thinking and practice together. We're all here to learn from each other.
I think being here as a graduate student has been a process of maturing and finding myself as an artist and a teacher and as a human being. I think it really has been eye-opening in terms of like finding out what my unique creative voice is and figuring out what I want to do in the field is huge. I mean, there's so many options. I've really been challenged enough to be able to perform and teach and make my own work, present it all over the country. And for me, this department has been the foundation for my growth as an artist.